Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla, and for today's video I'm going to be going over all of my finances for quarter 2 of 2022. I do a review of all of my finances every quarter. It is very fun to do, and unfortunately these are coming more frequently, or they just feel like they're coming more frequently. I know the time isn't changing whatsoever, but I just can't believe it's quarter 3, you know? So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I will put quarter 1 and quarter 2 down in the description box if you want to go and watch those. But basically for these videos, I go over my debt, my savings, my online income, and then my net worth and my money goals that I set for the quarters. So we are going to start with my debt. The only debt that I have left is my student loan debt. Now, I did start the quarter, and the past however long it's been in forbearance, over 2 years now, I've had $36,000 of student loan debt. I still have $36,000 of student loan debt. However, I have been saving for that in a high yield savings account, and once I have to pay that back, I will make a lump sum payment. But for now, I am making more money on that savings, so I prefer to just keep it in a savings and make more money that way. So the number I have to share with you is how much I have saved. And if we look at quarter 1, the total amount that I had saved at the end of quarter 1 was $15,509 specifically for my student loans. Quarter 2 honestly wasn't great, so I ended with $17,420 in quarter 2. So 3 months later, I only saved an additional $1,911, which is probably the lowest amount that I've saved in a 3-month time span ever. So that's not great, but it is still progress, almost $2,000, and at least we're going in the right direction. But I am a bit disappointed to see that number, because I obviously would want it to be a lot higher, and I would just like to be saving more in general. For quite a long time, I was regularly saving at least $1,000 toward my student loan debt, but that has just been slowing down. And then, things like inflation and just price increases in general and just extra spending that I didn't really plan for have made that a little bit more difficult. But it's okay. We're still happy with that. $17,420 to end quarter 2. Next, we're going to talk about my online income, not my extra income, just my online income. So this comes from this YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel, my blog, and then everything that comes, financial coaching, and then everything that comes along with that. So that could be affiliate marketing or sponsorships, etc. I'm going to go by the months first. So in April, I made $1,138. In May, I made $1,149. And then in June, went down to $1,208. So definitely not as strong as quarter 1. If we add up everything, that was $3,495. And if we compare that to quarter 1, in quarter 1 I had made $4,871. So $1,376 less than quarter 1. So sorry, lots of numbers thrown out there. But for quarter 2, I made $3,495. Of course, it definitely still helps. And I will say that a big chunk of this went to reinvesting back into my business, or just, making an upgrade, because I did purchase my laptop and that was over $2,000. And yes, I was saving the money for that. So I had a big chunk saved up to make that purchase, but still I would count that as a business expense. So technically that money that I'm earning here is being put toward that, if that makes sense. Yeah, if you're ever interested in where I make my money, how I make my money, I make a video every single month on my online and extra income. And then the last number to show there is that quarter 1 and quarter 2 combined, I earned $8,366. Okay, usually I go into all of my investment amounts here, but I'm gonna actually switch things around a little bit and go to my net worth next. So at the end of quarter 1, my net worth was $8,444. And then at the end of quarter 2, I was up to $10,150, which was actually lower than the month before. So in May, I hit a higher net worth, and then it went back down in June. So I'll give you the update on like my Roth IRA and other investment accounts and stuff. But between the 2 quarters, that is an increase of $1,706, which is not too great, but also not horrible, considering the market. So things definitely went down at the end of quarter two, at the end of June. And, you know, that's just the way it is. And you'll see once I share with you my other investments how much it affected everything. But I am still pretty happy with that number because I'm over the 10,000 net worth mark. And I don't think, fingers crossed, that I don't go below the 10,000 mark again. It's not a huge deal if I do. I'm hopeful that I will stay above the 10K mark going forward, and we will just continue to see this going up. Obviously, it's going to go up and down, but with time, there will be progress, and it is still cool to see this going up. Okay, now for my Roth IRA. At the end of quarter one, my Roth IRA was at $9,754. This is all invested in VTSAX through Vanguard. And over the last 3 months, throughout quarter two, I contributed $900 to my Roth IRA. I always do my $300. And then at the end of quarter two, my Roth IRA was down to $8,924. So that's a decrease of $830. So despite me putting in $900, I still was down $830, which is insane. It's just how the market is, and that is completely normal. I don't mind seeing this because I am not close to retirement, and I also, this number doesn't mean much to me yet. And I actually like it when it's down because I still am purchasing shares of VTSAX for my Roth IRA, and the lower it is, the better it is for me to purchase. So that is what I would like to do, but I am also choosing to prioritize my debt. So that's why I haven't maxed it out yet, but my goal is to max it out this year. And we'll just do that slowly, or we'll just see what happens with the market. But yeah, not too upset about that, but it definitely takes a toll on my net worth. The next investment account for me to go over is going to be my 401k. This is my retirement account through my employer, and I do have a match in this, and this is the first time I've ever had a 401k. I started my job on March 1st, and I've been contributing to it since then. So for quarter one, all I had contributed was the $152 times, so $300 for the month of March, and then my company matches that, so that's 6% of my income, and then my company matches it. So at the end of March, my 401k was at $606, and I'm invested in a number of things. The highest one is actually VTSAX, and it's like everything else. I chose the most aggressive option that they already had like picked out, and I liked it. It was Vanguard funds, and I just didn't really want to pick and choose. So yeah, the bulk of that though, like over 50% is VTSAX. Like I said, I contribute $150 per paycheck to my 401k, so $300 per month. So over quarter two, I contributed $900. And so same thing as my Roth IRA, but then my company matches that, so an additional $900, making it $1,800 total that was contributed. And at the end of quarter two, my 401k was at $2,224, which is an increase of $1,618. Now, some people have asked, like, what are you invested in for it to be increasing so much? And it's not really increasing in that way. It's not increasing because of the market or because of what I'm invested in. It's because it's such a small amount and a large chunk is being contributed to it per month. So each month, $600 is going in there between myself and my employer match. And because it's such a small amount, it is still just going up very quickly. You know, within a few months, this should start to slow down, and you'll start to, I mean, it's depending on the market, of course, but you'll start to see that it's kind of similar to my Roth IRA, my brokerage, where things are not going up so much because it will be a larger amount and $600 won't be as big of a difference, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was my 401k. Very happy to have that. My final investment is M1 Finance, my brokerage account with M1 Finance. And at the end of quarter one, that balance was $6,565. I didn't contribute anything. I think I got maybe one referral of $10, so it doesn't really help too much, but still something. So I haven't contributed anything there. I used to get tons of referrals. Actually, the bulk of this amount, like over $5,000, maybe even over $6,000, is from referrals. So I'm so grateful to say that tons of people use my link. They used to offer a $50 promo if you just contributed $100, and they don't do that anymore. As of right now, it's just been $10. So I'm hoping they will change that soon back to $50. But yeah, so for quarter two, it went down to $5,470, which was a decrease of $1,000 $95. And everything in this account is invested into VTI. The next thing, I typically go over like my Webull account, Coinbase, all of that. Those are just minimal at this point. Like everything together is probably less than 600 at this point. So I'm just gonna go past that. And I'm actually gonna share how much I have in savings outside of my student loan. So this would be like my sinking funds and my emergency fund. And let's see, so at the end of March, I had $8,433 saved between everything, including my emergency fund. And at the end of quarter two, end of June, I was at $9,335. So that's an increase of $902, which actually isn't too bad because I did use my full like $1,400 that I had saved in my MacBooks, like to purchase my new MacBook. I think I used some travel. I'm not sure what else, but yeah, I did a big chunk of that I used up. So even still using a large sinking fund, I was able to have this increase a lot. And this doesn't include my tax savings, by the way. So if you watch my monthly videos, you know I go over how much I have saved for my taxes. This doesn't include that. So this is everything else, all of my other sinking funds, increase there of $902. And that is all that I'm gonna share for numbers. And if you're curious about anything, please feel free to ask, but that's it for those updates. And now we can talk about the goals that I set for quarter two. And it's been a common theme here that I just don't hit these goals, you know, but it's okay. We're still getting closer. So I wanted to reach $24,000 saved for my student loan debt. Yeah, I wasn't even close to that. Obviously, I said $17,420. I wanted to make over $7,000 in online income. Again, nowhere close to that. I made $3,495. And then I wanted my net worth over $15,000. Making net worth goals isn't really worth it because you can't predict that stuff. But I kind of just like to try, I guess. But yeah, I did not. You guys saw that I was at $10,150. But we're just going to stick with that theme for quarter three and make basically the same list because I think it's just easy to measure those numbers and I'm fine with that. Like no matter what, I'm always working toward my goals. And even if I'm setting goals that are further away or whatever the case may be, I'm getting closer to them. And I think that's important. But okay, so goal number one for quarter three is to have $21,000 saved for my student loan. That should be more realistic. Last quarter, I set the goal of $24,000 because that would put me on track to be completely debt-free by the end of the year. But I think $21,000 is more realistic for quarter three because I should be putting over $1,000 per month for quarter three. I would like to earn at least $4,500 from online income, so kind of similar to quarter one. Definitely had that decrease in quarter two, so I think we can pick things up in quarter three. I am working on this. I am trying other ways to monetize and just get myself out there more. So I hope that I can at least start seeing some results and then things start to improve from there in quarter four. And then the final goal is the same thing as quarter two. So I would like to reach $15,000 or more for my net worth. Again, it's not really ideal to set net worth goals because we have no clue what the market's gonna do. But maybe if I can at least just save enough for my student loans and all of that stuff that I like, my sinking funds, it will add up to get me over 15K even if the market is still down. So those are my quarter three goals. So that's a wrap up of quarter two. I would say that quarter two was probably the hardest few months that I've had in quite some time in regards to my finances or just really my financial mindset, my money mindset, because as y'all know, I kept talking about it. I was in such like a negative place and I'm definitely improving and slowly starting to get out of that feeling and think more positively and just appreciate the progress that I've made because yeah, I think quarter two, it just made me realize how tired I am of doing all of this and not YouTube, just like paying off debt and not being there yet because I would like to have a higher net worth. I would like to be completely debt free. I would like to be investing way more than I am currently, but I'm doing what I can and I am so proud of myself. And if you are feeling that way, you should also be proud of yourself. definitely take a look at your quarterly numbers and see any changes there. Even if you have decreases, it's okay. Like, that is just completely normal. It's how it is. So if you're somebody who is affected by seeing negative numbers, maybe don't do quarterly, do every 6 months or something, or even the best is every year, whatever it is that you are focusing on. But definitely check in from time to time, because you will see all of the progress that you've made, and it's very exciting. I say this in like every quarterly update. But that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It really supports my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.